Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to our live show. We are the manufacturer of the waste tire with plastic pyrolysis equipment. Today we're going to share that how to improve the acceleration rate of the pyrolysis business. We have three kinds of the equipment: the batch type pyrolysis plant, semi-continuous, and fully continuous pyrolysis plant. If you want to set up this business or want to know more information, you can leave your questions or your comments to us in the comment section, or you can send the private message to us, tell us your comments, or tell us your contact ways to us, like your WhatsApp, your telephone number. Then our sales manager will contact with you immediately and send you our catalog, our price list, and give you a brief, the detailed introduction of this kind of business. Okay, and this is different kind of the raw materials that can be processed by using this pyrolysis plant. The most common one we have is the waste tire. Like the oil yield of the waste tire is from 40 to 45% for the big tires, and some small tires like the tires from the bikes or the motorbicycle maybe is from 35 to 40%. Okay, and also we have the waste plastic that can be processed and get the plastic oil. Our waste tire we get is the waste tire oil. This kind of oil we can use at the heating energy in bricks factory, cement factory, glass factory for heating. Or they can be refined to the diesel and by using this distillation plant. If you are interested in this distillation equipment, well, you can also leave in the comment section, and we will have a brief introduction to you, and like we have a 3D video to show the technique. Okay, and not only we get the waste oil, also we can get the carbon black from the waste tire, waste plastic. And the carbon black from the waste tire is almost 35%. And because of plastic, there are different kinds of plastic, so we can't make sure about the oil yield or the carbon black we get. But we need to attention that except the PET and PVC are not suitable to be pyrolyzed, all the other kind of the plastic like the PP, PE, PS, ABS all can used to get the pyrolysis step. Okay, and also we have the oil sludge. This is the third common raw materials that can be processed. And the oil sludge, like in China, is a hazardous waste. So, like the license and the technique and the plant is just kind of different between these waste tire and waste plastic. Well, all the equipment that can be customized. So you can tell us your raw materials, your capacity every day. Then we can give you a certificate plan for you. Well, hello everyone. If you have any questions, you can leave your comments to us in the comment section. Or if you want to know more information like our catalog, our price list, you can send your comments to us privately, or you can leave your contact ways to us, like tell us your WhatsApp number, your telephone number, or your email. Then our sales manager will contact with you and send you our catalog or give you a brief, detailed introduction of this business. Okay, and like the coal tar oil and aluminium plastic are all other raw materials. For example, the aluminium plastic, we can not only get the waste plastic oil, and also we can get the aluminium ingot. Here, the aluminium ingot, that is much more expensive than the plastic oil for each ton. So if our customer the materials is the aluminium plastic, the most medium products we want to get is aluminium ingot. And this is other final products like the plastic oil, carbon black, steel wire, syngas, aluminium ingot. Well, the syngas we can use them directly for heating in our heating energy, to use that like the tail gas burner to give the heating energy in the combustion system. And here are the different kinds of the raw materials, different kind of the pyrolysis plant. We will introduce you one by one and tell us just have analysis about the differences, the different technique, different capacity. Then we will give you the answer that how to improve the extraction rate of the waste oil from the waste tires, waste plastic. Like it is just committed with the temperature and the condensation system and the time in the pyrolysis step. Okay, and now let's see the different technique, the four different type, the new design fully continuous pyrolysis plant and the semi-continuous pyrolysis plant, batch type pyrolysis plant. Also, we have the pyrolysis plant unit for small capacity. This four type. Well, if you want to know more information, like you're most interested in the batch type or the semi-continuous, you can leave in the comment section and we can just introduce first. Okay, and let's come to this. The first one is the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. Okay, here is the 3D video. It now shows the PLC system of this pyrolysis plant to control the whole system more automatically, and it can save our consumption of labors. And this is the whole technique. It includes the feeding system, pyrolysis system, condensation system, slagging system, and the purification system. Those three videos raw material is the waste tire. We need to have a pre-processing step. We can't feed the whole tire into the raw materials, into the pyrolysis plant. We need to crush them to the rubber powder and to remove the steel wire inside. And this is the rubber powder. We will first feed them by using a feeding winch. This equipment is for 50 tons per day. That's 50 tons per day, the biggest one. And now this is the heating system. We use this indirect heating by using hot wind burner that can give the heat energy more evenly because the reactor is much more longer than the batch type. So we need to ensure the heat is just evenly to give in the reactor. Okay, and this is a furnace inside, and outside is insulation cover. This is a reactor. And this is a temperature resistant tub that to give a resistance of the reactor. Oh, if you have any questions, you can leave in the comment section. Or if you want to know more information, like to get the 3D video or the catalog, well, you can add our WhatsApp or send our email to us. And now in the comment section, we have our WhatsApp and email. And here is where the oil gas and the carbon blacks come out. Well, the oil gas will first come into the condensation system to condense them to oil. This equipment is a buffer tank. The purpose is to slow down the speed of the gas and then to settle down the impurities inside the oil gas. And then we have three condensation buffer tank that can not only to slow down the speed, settle down the impurities, and outside is an insulation cover that can equalize the gas into oil. The oil is for heating, like the heavy oil. We can use at the cement factory, glass factory to give the heating energy. This is a temporary storage tank. And then this is 3 vertical condensers. And have several tubes inside to disperse the gas, and then to fully condense them into the oil. Here is the equipment of our condensation step. Here is some negative device that to pump the oil gas, that's to reduce the time that they stay in the reactor, or they will have a much more longer time to touch with the carbon black, and the carbon black's quality will reduce. And this is all the removal system. Well, some uncondensable gas, or what we call tail gas, they can just give the heating energy in the reactor. So we need to purify them, and then they can use for heating and save our extra heating energy. This is a patent device called auto removal system to remove the hydrogen sulfide inside the tail gas, or they have some bad smoke during our just heating. This is, they go back to the hot wind burner. And this is a slagging type to just slag the carbon black outside the reactor. We're using the slagging winch, which have the water cover outside. Or they can slag at the same time to lower the temperature, while they can be backpacked it directly. And this is some safety device that to have monitor of the pressure and temperature. If the gas will have the much more higher of the pressure, and the pressure will just release in the standby water seal, that to prevent the explosion happens, and to also collect the oil to just improve our oil yield, and oil will just also go into the temporary storage tank. Here is the purification step of the smoke. Well, in the combustion system, we have the smoke that need to release when it reaches to standard, or they have some pollution. So we have this purification step. The first is cooling system to lower the temperature, and the second one is a pulses collector to remove the dust inside, and the third one is the desulfurization tower, remove like the sulfur dioxide or other harmful particles inside. This is a detail of the equipment. Well, if you want to know more information, you can leave your requirements to us in the comment section, or you can add our WhatsApp or email, then our sales manager will contact with you immediately and send you our catalog. When the temporary storage tank is full, then we can just pump them automatically into the final tank. The oil they can use for heating, or they can refine to the non-standard diesel. Okay, here is a 3D video of the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, and this is a project cases in Chongqing province in China. And the capacity is 50 tons per day. Also, we have 15 tons, 20 tons, 30 tons, or 50 tons per day. Well, most popular one is the 30 tons and 50 tons. If you want to get a larger capacity or smaller capacity, you can contact with our engineer. All the equipment can be customized. Here is the equipment advantages, like it is fully automatic. We have a PLC system. And this is just a show in the 3D video at the very beginning. 3D video is a PLC system that can save our the consumption of the labor. So only 1 or 2 labor is enough in the whole processing line, and that no much of more workers need in this processing step. But if you chose the batch type pyrolysis plant, one line with 50 ton per day need 3 or 4 workers. So just have the differences. And it can continue production for 24 hours, and they can just work for 45 to 60 days. So it have a much more higher working efficiency and a big processing capacity. That is just compared with the batch type and the semi-continuous one. The batch type and semi-continuous capacity is 10 ton, 12 ton, 15 ton, 18 ton, and 20 ton. So that is the differences. The fully continuous one, the biggest one, we can reach to 50 ton per day. So if you have plenty of the raw material need to process every day, 1 or 2 line of the fully continuous is enough. But if you maybe need 7 or 10 batch type pyrolysis plant. Okay, and also it's time and labor saving. That is because it's a continuous production and have the PLC system. This is the equipment details. I can include the feeding system to feed the rubber powder or the plastic particles. If your raw material is the plastic, then we need to crush the plastic first to crush them to the particles, and then we can feed them. And at the same time, to have the pyrolysis step to ensure there are no oil gas release and no oxygen got inside the reactor. And then this is a pyrolysis reactor, a long reactor with if you have the 50 ton per day, the reactor is almost 26 meters. And then the gas will go out to the condensation system, and the carbon black will slag at the same time into the slagging system. We need 3 or 4 slagging winch that the temperature of the carbon black can reach to the common temperature, and they can be backed. And this is the auto removal system. One of the patent device that can remove the hydrogen sulfide inside the tail gas. This is a 3D layout of this fully continuous pyrolysis plant. Well, if you have any questions of our equipment or want to know more information about this, you can leave your comments to us in the comment section, or you can send the private message to us. Tell us your comments, tell us just like your WhatsApp, your email. Then our sales manager can add you and send you our catalog or price list. And this is the semi-continuous pyrolysis plant. Let's see the 3D video of the semi-continuous first. Okay, start from the very beginning. Here is the workshop of the semi-continuous of 4 line. The first is the feeding system. We also need to feed the rubber powder, not the whole tires. And at the same time, when we feed the pyrolysis reactor, it happened the pyrolysis step, and the heating step is the direct heating to give the heating energy and to pyrolyze to the oil gas and the tail gas. Then the gas will go into the condensation system and the carbon black. It can slag at a high temperature into this small reactor. Well, actually, the pyrolysis happens that first the oil gas will go into the condensation step, and when all the gas are liquidized to the oil, then we open a slagging step to slag the carbon black. This why we designed for this first to show the slagging step is to give differences with the batch type 1 to know that the most big advantages that compare with the batch type is they can slag the carbon black at a high temperature. Yeah, why? That because we can stack them into the slagging of the small reactor that don't need to cool down a whole reactor. And this is the condensation step. That first we need to use the buffer tank, slow down the speed, and to settle down impurities. And then the second one is the water separator to purify the gas, and then to prevent them to go back to the device before. There's also a safety device and a purification device. And then the gas can go into the water tank to liquefize to the pyrolysis oil. Well, the oil that is to use for heating. So we can use sold them at the glass factory, cement factory, or we can refine them to the diesel. That is application of our main products. Here is a cooling system, not very necessary, an optional device. And here are the purification system to purify the gas that we need to emission. Also, we have the desulfurization tower because there are different policies in different regions of the environmental friendly things. So there are different plan of the certificate of the purification setup. So you can tell us that where you want to set up this business, and then our sales manager can give you the just plan, give the suggestion of this certificate. Here is the, okay, this is enough. The semi-continuous pyrolysis plant. Well, the advantages of the semi-continuous is first is automatic feeding, that we can feed at the same time to have the pyrolysis reaction. And then it's high efficiency, that is compared with the batch type 1, we can slag the carbon black at a very high temperature. Don't need to cool down the reactor. It is waste of time, maybe need 10 hours if we don't have the cooling device to help. And then this energy saving, we don't need to just open the combustion system to heat and to just close them every day. It can continuous work, and the reactor is always at a high temperature, so it's a save our energy. And the good performance, that is also is a big advantages of the semi-continuous one. It's very popular in the pyrolysis market. Well, if you want to choose the semi-continuous one, you can add our WhatsApp or our email, and our sales manager will send you our brief, the detailed introduction on our parameters. Okay, and let's see about the batch type pyrolysis plant, which is cost effectively. Let's also start from the very beginning. Here is the 3D video of the batch type pyrolysis plant. This is the workshop of the pyrolysis step, and the left workshop is the deprocessing of the carbon black. It includes the feeding system, pyrolysis system, and condensation system, slagging system, and the purification system. First is the feeding system. This is we use the automatic feeder. Our feeder have the hydraulic thrust of 50 tons. It takes 2 workers to use the automatic feeder. Almost it will just consumption of 2 hours can feed all the tire into the reactor. You can see this is the difference between the batch type one and the continuous one. For the batch type, we can feed the whole tire into the reactor because the entrance of this raw material is very large. So we can feed them, and it's a different step. We feed all the raw material into the reactor, then we open the combustion system to heat. Here is the combustion system. It's equipped with 4 30,000 calories burners, and there is a tail gas burner next to each burner. Well, just after heating for about 2 hours, the temperature gradually rises, and oil gas will be generated at 120 to 160 per degree. The white gas is a mixture of the oil gas and the tail gas. Well, the gas will come out to the outlet and go to the buffer tank, which can slow down the gas, make it stay in the cooling system more time, and to ensure the sufficient cooling in the later stage, and to purify, to settle down the impurities into the gas. And then we come to the cooling system. We have 4 steps. The first step is the vertical condensers, which have 4 pipes, and just the gas will go into the pump inside the tube, and outside is the cooling water. And the oil that's been liquidized will stay in this 2-ton storage tank. And then the second step, we call the oil water separator, which is a condenser and a safety device. It can prevent the oil gas from flowing back to the device before, and it can also purify the oil gas. The outer water cover is the purpose to cool down the gas into the oil. And then we go into the third step, the horizontal condensers, which have 37 pipes of each condensers, which can greatly increase our cooling area. And the last step, the cooling tower, which can ensure that all the oil gas are cooled down and to improve their oil yield. And also for the non-condensable gas, we call tail gas. So they will first go into, it will first go into this. Here, this is the water sealed, which can prevent the tail gas from flowing backwards. Then it will go into this our patent device, the auto removal system. Well, the sodium hydroxide is added in the water to purify the hydrogen sulfide, or they will have the bad smoke during the burner of the tail gas. Well, the tail gas have the high heating energy that can reuse in the combustion system and can save our extra heating energy. That is, after purify, the gas will just cycle to the reactor through the pipeline to heat it. And here, this is the purification device to select for removing the sulfur dioxide. And just the purification device that have different plan because the different regions, the policy is different. So we will just know where you want to set up the business and give you a suggestion of the certificate. And this is a vacuum device. It takes half an hour to an hour to pump out the residual oil gas into the reactor, and then it is pumped to the horizontal condensers to be condensed into the oil again. Why we set up this? Because if the residual oil density is high, it will just be dangerous for the oil gas to contact with air when the reactor door is opened, when we slag the carbon black. And the extra tail gas will be concentrated and discharged into the combustion chamber for the combustion. So because the amount of it is very small, so it's not very necessary to store it. It can be just burned directly. Here is the burning chamber that we used. Also the safety, optional device. And this is the air cooling system. We equipped it with the 15 kilowatt the induced draft fan with 8 ports with a diameter of 273 millimeter, and can shorten the cooling time from 8 hours to 4 hours, which has greatly improved the efficiency of work. And then we come to the cooling system. This design is the side slag. We also have the front slag and the back slag. They have different advantages. While the side slag that with 2 slagging ports, while the reactor can discharge the carbon black twice with 1 revolution, which can greatly improve the slagging efficiency. And while the carbon black is directly discharged in the underground, that can prevent the carbon black from flying and the pollution in the workshop. This is the advantages of the side slag. And then we come to the carbon black air transportation system, to the carbon black deprocessing step. That can have this to press them to the carbon black bowl and just briquetting them, just burn them and replace the coal to use. This is one application of the carbon black. Also, they can be used at the raw material of the rubber powder, the rubber or the tire or the paint raw materials. Here is it. And also we have the steel wire inside the reactor. We use this machine to pull out the steel wire. And then, here is it. And while the oil in the temporary storage tank, we will pump them to the final tank. Here is the whole processing line of the batch type pyrolysis plant. If you have any questions, you can leave in the comment section, or if you want to know more information about our equipment, you can add our WhatsApp email or leave your WhatsApp or other contact ways to us directly, privately. So our sales manager will contact with you and send you our catalog and the detailed introduction. Okay, here is the 3D video of the batch type. And the daily capacity is 1 ton, 2 ton, 5 ton, 10 ton, 12 ton, 15 ton, 20 ton for per day. Well, the advantages of the batch type is first, it's easy operation and cost effectively, because the technique is much more easier than the fully continuous and semi-continuous, so it's much more cheaper than the other two design. And a good stability, it can work for 3 to 5 years of the furnace. It's very long service life and multiple use. Well, this is one of the biggest advantages of the fully batch type 1, because like if your raw material is the tire, that we don't need to crash them to the rubber powder. We can feed the whole tire. And also the plastic, we can feed the different kind of plastic, mixed plastic, and the oil sludge, the coal oil residue, the aluminium ingot, or other materials are all suitable for the batch type pyrolysis plant. So that is why this is much more popular in the pyrolysis business for such a long time. Okay, and this is a batch type 1. And here is the equipment details. This is 3D layout. First, this automatic feeder to feed the whole tire inside, and then the pyrolysis reactor to have the reaction. We almost just have 10 to 12 hours for the pyrolyze step, and then the gas will go into the condensation system to liquefize to the oil. And some gas that cannot be condensed, they will use this tail gas cleaning and other removal system to purify the hydrogen sulfide, and then the gas will go back to the reactor for heating. Also, we equipped it with the purification system, the desulfidation and purification tower here to ensure there are no pollution during our production. Okay, here is the three technique, the batch type 1, semi-continuous one, and fully continuous one. Well, we also have a small design that is the pyrolysis unit. Like we have 100 kilogram, 500 kilogram. Also, we have 1 ton, 2 ton, 5 ton if you want, or can be designed. This is free installation. Well, if they just deliver to your workshop and they can just work directly, and its cost savings much more cheaper than the other three design, and is easy handling and task available. Well, just some of these customers that buy the unit from us is for experiment, like the college to buy this. Here is the final products and the applications of the final products. The main raw material we want to get is the flue oil. Well, today our topic is how to improve the extraction rate of the flue oil of the oil yield. Well, first we need to just have attention like the equipment. For example, the condensation step, what equipment we use, how to design. Like for example, our batch type pyrolysis plant, we have four steps of 7 condensers that can fully condense all the gas into the oil. It can not only to prolong the cooling time and also to enlarge the cooling area. Okay, so that is some ways that to higher the oil yield. We also have the water tank condensers. That also this is also good equipment, but it is just more suitable. Like if your material have the clogging problem, like for example plastic, they have the wax inside, paraffin inside, they may have the clog in the condensation system, so we need to have a device that's much more easier to clean them. Then it's more suitable for the water tank condensers. Also, we need to attention, for example, the temperature and the time needs to be controlled more properly. Well, if the temperature is too low, well, the component in the tire just won't decompose completely, and the oil won't be released. Well, if it's too high, and the oil that will also just again to turn into the gas and to reduce the oil yield. So we need to ensure to control the temperature. For example, the waste tire from 320 to 360 degree, and for the waste plastic nearly 300 degree. It's very important to just control the temperature, and also the time is also matters. If the pyrolysis time is too short, the large molecules in the tires won't just fully react. And if it's too long, it not only just consumes more energy, but just may damage the separation of oil. So always for the consumption time of the batch type pyrolysis plant, for like 15 ton every day, the pyrolysis time is always 10 to 12 hours. But it will depend on the tire sizes and equipment performance. Just for reference. So this is the different ways to improve the oil yield. And first, we need to just pre-treat. It's very important of the pre-treatment. It's very crucial. Like it's with better to crash and dry the tire to remove the impurities and the moisture. So the oil extraction process, it will go more like smoothly just later on. That is some other step that we need to attention. And if you want a higher oil yield, or if your raw material have a large capacity, you can choose the fully continuous one, because the fully continuous of the oil yield, of the working efficiency, and the capacity is all much more higher than the batch type one. Because it is process the carbon black, not the waste tire. So the react of this carbon black will be more higher or more efficiency than the whole tires. So the oil yield is a little bit higher than the batch type one, and also because it can fully continuous work for 45 to 60 days. So we can get more oil every day, and it's have a more higher of the working efficiency. And also it's more environmental friendly because there are no dust during the production. Well, the batch type pyrolysis plant, one of the pollution is the carbon black dust. They may have just let the workshop a little bit dirtier. But for the fully continuous, because we slag the carbon black at a sealed environment by using the backslag, so there are no this kind of questions during the fully continuous one. So, for example, in China, the government is more suggests just to set up a fully continuous plant. It's more easier to get the license if you choose the fully continuous one. So this is the kind of difference. If you have any other questions, you can leave in the comment section. If you want to know the details of the equipment or the price list, you can send a private message to us, or you can add our WhatsApp, our email to us. Then we will we can contact with you more privately, one-to-one. And if you have any questions, like if you want to come to our factory, come to our project cases, you can all contact with our sales manager, and we will just give you a detailed introduction. You can come to our factories in Henan province in China. And our project cases now is just in more than 120 countries. So you can tell where you want to set up this business, and we can just take you to our cases that next to your regions. It's better for you and more convenient. Okay, let's go on. And not only we have the flue oil, and also we have the syngas, the aluminium ingot, carbon black, steel wire from different kind of the raw material. Great presentation. Thank you. Okay, and for example, if you chose the waste tire, that we can get the tire oil, the syngas for nearly 10%, and the carbon black for nearly 35%, and a steel wire for 14%. If your raw material is plastic, then we can get the plastic oil and the syngas and the carbon black. The aluminium ingot is from the aluminium plastic, and also we can get the plastic oil from the aluminium plastic, and also this kind of syngas. So that's kind of different. Well, if you want to know more information, you can add our WhatsApp or email. We are the Chinese customer manufacturer to set up this pyrolysis plant. Well, this is the profit analysis that's just for reference, because just their market is different and the price of the tire, the price of the oil is changed every day. So it's just for reference that we can know which step that we will cost every day and the incomes we will have every day. Like the cost is first the raw materials. If your material is the tire, then tire like the price for reference, and the electricity consumption, and also we have the heating flue. Like for the combustion system, we can use the biomass materials like the wood, also like for example also like other coal. Also, we can use the tire oil or the natural gas for heating. The price is kind of different. And also the manpower, just the labor consumption. If you choose the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, we only need 1 or 2 laborers. If you choose the batch type for 1 line, we need maybe 3 or 4 workers. And the income is from the flue oil, carbon black, and steel wire of the waste tire. Okay, it's just based on the internet and feedback of our customers. So, well, if you want to get this price list by yourself first, or just own raw material in your regions, you can contact with our sales manager, and we can just give you a design of this. Here are the equipment advantages. Some details of our equipment, like the furnace, the boiler plate or the reactor head, to ensure we have a good quality, and to prolong the service life of the reactor, and there to ensure that during the production it's in a safe environment. Well, this maybe can't know very clearly just by just read this. You can just contact with sales manager. We can give you like using the video and picture, and just introduce to you every one by one, and it will be more clear to know the purpose. Sorry, the advantages that we have of our own reactor, and you can have a comparison with different manufacturer to get more just a good equipment that you like. And this is like the installation cover. We have the installation cover and the reactor, and the furnace of the reactor. And this is the carbon black wind transfer system, that is to ensure there no pollution of the carbon black. So the transfer station system, because the carbon black is kind of dirty. And this is the auto removal system to purify the hydrogen sulfide inside the tail gas, because the tail gas, they can return to the reactor for heating. For example, if your machine is the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, that we only need the 8 hours at the very beginning to use the extra heating energy, like the same gas, like the pyrolysis oil. The next few days, or next 45 to 60 days, we can all use the tail gas, so there are no consumption of the heating energy. And this is the flue gas purification system to ensure there are no pollution during our production. And here is a recommended products, for example, the waste tire to rubber powder machine, some pre-processing step, hair shredding machine. If you choose the continuous one, like the fully continuous or semi-continuous, we can just crash the tires to the rubber powder by yourself, or you can buy the rubber powder from other people. Okay, and this is another design, another technique. This is the distillation plant to refine the pyrolysis oil, liquid oil sludge, or used engine oil, used lube oil, or used motor oil or crude oil. We have two designs. The new catalytic technological waste oil to diesel plant, and the old one. This is the to use the acid and some other catalytic to purify the oil. We suggest that you can use this more environmental friendly and more easier to get the catalytic, like high efficiency, easy operation, time and labor saving, and multiple use. Here is the 3D layout, like the faster heating system. We used the oil to get the heating. Not only we use reactor, also the heating oil inside the reactor. Also, and this is the catalytic tower, the cooling system. We have different steps for cooling. At the very beginning, there's a crude oil and kind of water. We will collect in a one-time tank, and then we get the catalytic. The diesel, and then they will just store it in another tank. There's several tanks inside, and then this is the oil color further removal and purification system. Here, an optional device. If you just want the oil have a more high quality, we can choose this. Well, the daily capacity is almost the same: 1 ton per day, 5 ton, 7 ton, 10 ton, and 14 ton. This is the same. We have a customer, many customers from in Africa, because the using standard of this kind of oil is not very strict. So the oil, they can not only use the heavy machinery, like agricultural machinery or generator or blower. They can also use the car, the ferry, or other ways. This is a diesel we get. Nearly we can get 80 to 85% of the diesel. And then we can get also the asphalt for paving or refinery. Sold them at the asphalt market directly. And this is the profit analysis of the distillation plant. We can see that the cost for one batch, crude oil, the heating fluid consumption, water and the electricity consumption, catalytic, workers, and the total cost. This is for reference. And the return for one batch, just our income, the diesel, and this is just the asphalt. Okay, and here are some other information that we have. Okay, and this is the plastic to diesel and gasoline plant. Just we can get the gasoline, the diesel, and the plastic oil. 3 kind of oil. We have the capacity 1 ton, 1.5 ton, 2.5 ton, 5 ton, 10 ton, 20 ton. Just we deliver one machine to, I guess it's no, sorry, I forgot this. It's just for one customer just a few weeks ago. It's easy operation and good stability, and just small footprint. It's very small and it's very easy to control. And we can get 3 kind of oil from the waste plastic. Also, other things like the packing and packing machine, carbon black grinding machine, briquetting machine, automatic tire raining cutter, just some optional device. We also have this. The major project cases. Now we have our customers in more than 120 countries. If you want to visit our project cases, or want to come to our factory to see our technique, you can all contact with our sales manager. Well, in the WhatsApp, in the comment section, we have our WhatsApp and the email. You can add us directly, or you can tell us your WhatsApp or your contact ways to us privately. We will add you. He has some project cases all over the world and a good feedback. Here is a customer from India, and this machine he chooses the distillation machine. Like he said, work very hard, complete only 20 to 45 days. This is just a good feedback of our engineer. Well, we have the after-sale service. If you need installation service, our engineer can come to your workshop, help you to install, to operate, and to train your workers. And this is the brief introduction of our company. Well, we are a branch company of Doing Holdings, a comprehensive environmental protection manufacturer. We have the pyrolysis plant to process the waste tire, waste plastic, and the distillation plant to purify to refine the crude oil, the waste engine oil, and also we have the carbonation machine just to carbonize the biomass to the charcoal, or we also call the charcoal making machine. And also we have the slacking machine that's to use the physical ways to crush and separate the valuable particles inside the solar panel and the lithium battery. This is our full equipment. Okay, and we have our own factory. This is the picture of our factory. And now we have just our own patent. Now we have just more than 30 patents honored as a National High Technology Enterprise Award by the Multiple Science Technological Commission. Something wrong about the internet? This is a certificate, and here our service. We have the pre-sale service, on-sale service, and the after-sale service in one. Just like you can come to our workshop. It's in Jiaozhou City, Henan Province, and we have a one-to-one equipment configuration plan. Well, most of you customer just care about the after-sale service. We have 1 year warranty and the guide equipment installation and commission from our engineer, and also technical training, whether you're in China or in other countries. Okay, and here is today's live show. If you want to know more information, you can contact with us. Our sales manager will give you the service to introduce our technique. If you want to buy the equipment, you can just also ask them about the price list. Okay, something wrong about the internet. If you have any questions, you can leave in the comment section, or you can send a private message to us. This is today's introduction. We are Doing Holdings, the manufacturer of the waste tire, waste plastic, pyrolysis equipment. Thank you for watching today. Have a nice day. Next week we will introduce about the pyrolysis plant, just to share more other details. Okay, have a nice day. Goodbye.